Hey there, everybody. How's it going? So I just wanted to update you guys. Some of you may have seen the short that I posted earlier today, doing an auto farm clear of the level 10 hard version of Pete. You may have noticed that I have an LB3 Hero Mickey EX and an LB3 Donald. Full disclosure, I did buy a couple of crystal packs because I decided to just go all in on these units. I like what they're doing with the game right now, so I'm happy to support them. So I bought these two crystal packs here, which gave me enough to do the five paid crystal pulls. So if you remember, I talked about this in the video a couple days ago. So this one has the 50% chance at pulling either Mickey or Donald, and so I went ahead and did all five, and I got and if you do all five pulls, you also get a pity, so you can get a pity copy of one or the other. So after doing all five of those pulls, I was able to come away with an LB3 Mickey and an LB3 Donald. So I was pretty happy with those pulls. And now that I have them, I figure, it's a good idea to maybe do a little bit of a demonstration or a bit of an expo with these units. So I did do the auto farming team against Pete. I'm not going to show you that again, but I will post a link to the short that I posted earlier today in the details below. So feel free to look at that to see how that auto party works. The auto party basically just consists of obviously all the bonus units. You've got Donald, you've got Mickey, you've got Goofy there. They're leading the way. You've got Doofy providing that extra yellow striker, as well as some extra attack up boost. And then you basically have P-Mini with the SP gain up on EX skill ability seed, so that she's basically just maintaining your SP at all times so that you have enough SP for everybody to basically just unload their skills every turn. And this team consistently wipes out Pete, even at level 10 on the hard mode, in like 3 turns. Now, of course, this is pretty OP. I don't expect everybody to, be able to have all these units and at the levels that I have them. But yeah, so it's a bit of a whalier exposition or demonstration there. But yeah, just showing sort of the power of the new units there. But I do want to do another clear of Pete at level 10, because I know a lot of people are having issues with Pete at level 10, and he is pretty difficult for newer players. If you're a newer player, level 10 might just be out of your reach this time, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you don't get a whole lot for just beating level 10 the first time. And level 9, if you can get to level 9 as a newer player, then honestly you're doing good. You're doing really good. Like when I first started, beating level 10 was really, really hard for a newer player, and it wasn't always possible. Obviously, I've been playing the game since day one, so I've acquired a lot of units, and level 10, isn't as difficult for me. But what I wanted to show you here is a sort of a core team that should be able to help you achieve your goal of beating level 10. All right, now you notice I have an empty slot there. That is for your DPS unit. That DPS unit should just be your strongest DPS unit, preferably a yellow striker if you have one. Someone like Dancer Goofy, obviously like the new Mickey if you have him. You can even use someone like the original Donald Duck, who's a yellow striker, although his skill is a bit expensive to cast. You can use Moana in that slot if you have a really, Moana's really strong. You could use like Simba in that slot. So, if you have a really strong damage dealer, just put them in that open slot right there. But the other 4 units are a pretty good core set of units. Specifically, we're looking at Genie here, who can provide your attack buffs, your damage reduction, and some evasion. And then you've got Pooh, who provides your defense buffs, some HP regen, and also some evasion. So basically, Pooh and Genie make a pretty nice core defensive buffer support system. And then I have Magic Mini here as the healer. She's a really nice healer in this case because she also provides some additional defense and attack buffs. But you will want a healer. So if you're running into the problem where the boss is just it's taking too long to kill him and the boss is able to whittle you down, you're definitely going to want a healer to heal back up. You want some defensive buffs to make sure that he's not really crushing you. And then probably most importantly is having an SP generator, because Pete does like to drain your SP. And so having an SP generator like Singer Marie, everyone should have her. She's a 1-star base unit, so you should get her from just regular pulls. Definitely get her up to 4-star rarity so that you get access to her EX skill, which is the SP boost. When you defend her one time, you get 20% max at SP. All right, if you have another SP generator on your party that provides 20% or greater, definitely put them in there. Someone like Patisserie Mini, you could use like Scrooge. Scrooge is really good. I think he does 30%. So yeah, you want an SP battery of some kind in that slot. So having these 4 general bases covered should put you in pretty good position. And then you just want to make sure you have a strong enough DPS that can really the biggest thing is trying to get Pete out of rage mode. Once you've entered rage mode, you want to get him out of rage mode as quickly as possible, because he gains a significant attack buff. He'll start doing a lot more AoE damage, which is what most people I think run into as far as issues are concerned. Now obviously I do want this to be a demo of the new units, so I'm going to put Mickey in this slot just to sort of show him off. But like I said, you can also put Dancer Goofy. You could put Dancer Goofy in that slot. Dancer Goofy works really well as a damage dealer. You could put Moana in that slot. You could put Simba in that slot. Generally, you want a good DPS unit, and I'll link my DPS spreadsheet in the details below as well, so you can see like who the top damage dealers are, respectively, and see if you have one of those in your inventory that you can use in this fight. But like I said, I'm here to demonstrate the new units, so let's pop Mickey in there and let's see how Mickey can get this one done. All right, so first of all, on the first stage, we are going to defend with everybody except for Genie and Pooh. Basically, you want to use the first wave to just generate as much SP as possible. Always make sure you focus on this guy with the 4 little arms, because otherwise, if you do not kill him on this turn, he will do an attack break on your entire party, and that's just going to make things, that's just going to drag things out. It's going to make things slower, and you don't really want that. Okay. So as you can see, we're already generating quite a bit of SP while we're stacking up our buffs. All right, we're going to do another set of buffs, and I'm just going to have Minnie and Mickey attack. All right, so now our buffs are all fully stacked. Okay, we should get rid of these last 2 enemies here on this one. Great. All right, and we have a full SP gauge. That's what you want. You want to have a full SP gauge going into this fight. Now, on this turn, I'm going to defend with Mickey. I'm going to skill. I'm going to use a skill with Mickey, and I'm just going to do normal attack with Genie and Pooh. Okay. Now, we'll probably push the boss into rage mode on this turn. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. The only thing that the boss is going to do, I'm actually going to normal attack with Minnie as well. All right, so on this turn, the boss is going to do his SP drain. Even if you don't push him into rage mode, he's still going to do his 50% SP drain on this turn. So you just want to make sure that you have pretty close to a full SP gauge by the end of this turn, which we should, thanks to Marie. All right, and that's... he'll also dispel all of our buffs, so that's why you kind of want to make sure you have full SP stacked up so that you can reapply all of your buffs after he does the big dispel. Okay. All right, so he didn't... he did since we didn't push him into rage mode, he did not do the SP drain. So that means he's going to do the SP drain he did do the SP drain, sorry. So he did do the SP drain and the dispel. So yeah, as I say, he does the dispel and he does the SP drain. Okay, what that means is we're going to push him into rage mode again. He's just going to end up doing that again. So what I want to do here is, honestly, I'm not going to do any more buffs because he's just going to end up dispelling them again. So let's just go ahead and push him into rage mode. Let's not bother wasting any SP on buffs or anything. Okay. And there he goes. See, he did it again. All right, he did the SP drain, and he dispelled all of our buffs. So now we can reapply buffs. I'm going to guard with Mini here, and then we're just going to reapply our buffs here. We want to try and get Pete out of rage mode as quickly as possible, and that's what having a yellow striker like Mickey is really helpful for. Okay. Also works if you have Moana, because Moana is a rage striker, so she does extra damage when bosses are in rage mode. So Moana is really good here. Okay. Now, if the boss is dealing a lot of damage because he's not out of rage mode, all right, that's where it's good to then, you know, give Pooh a break there and bring in Magic Mini to do some heals, because, you know, maybe the party's been healed. You notice I'm not using my Miracle ability. You want to save that. So I've got the Brave Beat Miracle ability, which gives you 50% of your SP back. I'm saving that in case we go into another rage mode situation and we don't have enough saved up, and we need that as an emergency backup. All right, so I'm saving that for that emergency backup plan. All right, so Mini provides our missing defense buffs. Genie's going to max out our damage reduction. We've now got the boss out of rage mode thanks to Mickey. Okay, he's going to reapply the shield, which is great. So now that the boss is in confusion mode, all right, he should be hitting much less hard. He'll do single target attacks mostly instead of AoE attacks, and those single target attacks can be evaded if you have evasion on your party. All right, now I'm just going to defend Mini now because you don't want your healer to die for any reason. Okay, we should have full defensive buffs. I'm just going to check and make sure we've got full damage reduction. So now we can just do a normal attack with Genie and with Pooh. Okay, just trying to deal some damage here. You know, obviously the sooner you can kill the boss, the better. Okay. All right, so same thing again here. We're just going to, actually, let's see. I'll need to re-up my damage reduction. Yep. All right, so we need to re-up damage reduction and our defense buffs. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, it's possible we'll kill the boss on this turn, and that's fine. But you know, if you don't kill the boss, then you just kind of rinse and repeat. You know, anytime the boss does an AOE and your team needs healing, okay, obviously use Mini to heal them up, and yeah, you've got that. You know, you've got that Brave Beat ability there in case you need it for some extra SP. If he decides to do an SP drain on you, you know, just keep that in your back pocket at all times. This is probably going to kill the boss here, just to let you know, but this just gives you an idea of how to do it. All right. Obviously, if your damage, if you're not using quite as strong a damage dealer, it might take you a little bit longer, but that gives you the gist of how to handle the level 10 boss. Again, if the boss is just too much for you, is dealing too much damage because maybe your units are under leveled, or maybe you don't have that many LBs on your units, you know, level 10 might just be out of reach for you if you're a newer player. And don't feel bad about that. It's just, it comes with time, comes with pulling units, getting limit breaks on those units, so that they can kind of withstand a bit more damage over time. All right, so yeah, I wanted to just, you know, show that one off real quick, and I also wanted to show off the new units in the very hard mode. All right, so sort of the hardest, I guess you could say the hardest content outside of events and things are the very hard stages on chapter 1. All right, and so the final boss of the very hard stage 118, arguably the most difficult content outside of certain events, and something that I've been something that I hadn't done until just now was this mission, the clear with a party of 4 or fewer. And I figured this was a good opportunity to complete that mission, and so I gave it a try, and I was able to do it pretty easily using this team. And so I wanted to just show you how I did that. Now I'm actually going to switch over to Shooting Star for this one because I never ended up needing the SP. And so the Shooting Star will just help finish the battle a little bit faster. But anyways, we've got what we have here is of course we have Lv10 Donald with SP consumption minus 20%. So he's only costing like 9 SP to cast his skill. All right, we've got Mickey, attack skill power up, which means he's going to be hitting a little bit harder. We've got Lv10 Ursula. She's providing HP regen, damage reduction, and SP charge for the party. She's got max SP 10. And then we've got Baymax. Baymax is here specifically to cure stun. So your Baymax needs to be Lv10, or if you have Stitch, the healer Stitch, not the ukulele Stitch, but the cute alien Stitch. He can also remove stun. Stun is important for the mini boss that you get to before you get to Maleficent, because the mini boss before you get to Maleficent likes to hit your party with stun, but it's only a 50% chance, so you only need 50% stun resist in order to make sure that Baymax doesn't get hit with it. So he's just there to remove the stun from the party on that turn. Also, just as a basic healer, because you do need a healer if you're gonna make it all the way to the end. And so I'd like to show you how I was able to do this one with a party of 4 to finally get that party of 4 mission. All right, let's show off the new units, shall we? All right. So Baymax is basically going to stay into defense mode. He's really only going to come out of defense mode when he needs to heal. That way he's generating a little bit of extra SP, and it just ensures that he never dies for any reason, because we don't want our healer to die for any reason. All right. So again, you want to target the little guy with the 4 wobbly arms there, because we do not want to have our attack stats broken. So you'll notice these guys don't die right away like they do in the event. It is a bit more challenging here at very hard level, even with strong units. Oh my gosh, he didn't die. That's the first time. Oh, thankfully, oh my gosh, wow, we got lucky. He didn't attack break us. Okay, that was really lucky. All right, so normally this guy would die, but he didn't. That's fine. We got lucky. He didn't attack break us. Now I'm going to focus on this guy, because this guy buffs all the rest of his little buddies, and those buffs can be, it starts with a defense buff, but then it goes to an attack buff, and then it goes to a crit chance buff. So you really want to get rid of this guy as quickly as possible. All right, so I'm basically just doing the same thing, skills with everybody, focusing on this guy now. Okay, Donald will take care of the other little guy. And there you go. All right, now we want to focus on this guy, because he'll start healing all the rest of his buddies. So you want to kill this one first, or else he'll heal everybody else and just make it a big problem for you. Now we don't need to do buffs on this turn, so we can just go ahead and do some normal attacks. Okay, and we'll do buffs again this turn. We got to re-up our buffs. Okay, re-up and buffs again. All right, so now the mini boss. Now this guy is arguably more difficult than Ursula sometimes because he can be a real pain in the butt. But the biggest problem is the stun, and if he hits your party with stun and everybody gets stunned, and then he does like a big AOE, it can sometimes really ruin your day. You know, and with that said, there is still a chance that we might fail this because of this jerk, but hopefully not. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, so this guy loves to do shields every turn, so do be prepared for that. So I don't like that that Ursula has taken a little bit of a hit there, but I'm gonna chance it here because we're gonna get another shield from Mickey, and I kind of want to save Baymax. I don't want anything to happen to Baymax. But maybe I should. Maybe I should go ahead and heal. We've got plenty of SP. Let's just go ahead and heal. I really should. I should just go ahead and heal. Yeah, I don't want to chance it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to heal again because, again, I don't want to chance anybody dying here. All right, so let's go ahead and heal again. All right, there's the stun, and oh wow, nobody got stunned. See, it's only a 50% chance, so like you could get super lucky and just like nobody gets stunned. You know, it rarely happens, but there it is. I got super lucky on that one. All right, so we might be able to finish this guy off. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, finished him off, no problem. Okay, let me just check my buffs real quick and see. I think I need to do everything, don't I? Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So she's going to do skill lock on us on the first turn, but it only lasts for one turn, so it's good to go ahead and do up all your buffs on this turn, just to make sure you have buffs going into next turn that aren't going to expire. All right, so there's the skill lock. Okay, that's fine. We don't have any issue with that. So yeah, we're just going to do normal attacks. Everybody looks pretty good. He did do that heavy attack on Mickey. Not too happy about that. Hopefully she doesn't target Mickey again. What I might actually do, you know what? Let's be... Nah, I'm not worried about it. Let's just go ahead and do a normal attack. All right, so now we can heal. I think we're doing all right there. We can heal. She did do an attack break on the party, but I'm not too worried. So we're gonna get all of our buffs back up. We're gonna get our shield, thanks to Mickey. And we can start whittling her down and getting her out of rage mode. All right. Ooh, man, she keeps targeting Mickey. That is not fun. Okay, I think we're good on our no, we're not. All right, we need to re-up our buffs again, and we need to heal again. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Shooting Star, see if we can help get out of rage mode a little bit faster here, because she's really dealing the damage, and I'm not happy about that. So let's get her out of rage mode. All right, and we can take a break from our buffs next turn, so we don't have to worry about that as much. So we don't have to worry about the SP. There's the skill lock. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to take... let's just use that as a turn to do some SP generating. All right, you notice she's put up another shield. So these guys love using their shields. If shield strikers are, of course, really valuable here. All right, basically keep on going. All right, I think we should be able to kill her next turn. Oh, man. Wow. She's got a thing for Mickey. I don't understand. I don't know what her deal is there. Let's see. Do we need to do... I think buffs are good. Yep, so we can just do normal attacks, and that's perfect because she's out of stealth mode. So normal attacks should hit her just fine. And boom. There you go. We've taken down Maleficent. Well done. Party of 4, mission accomplished. Excellent. All right. Well, hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Keep on the lookout. I'm going to keep doing some more videos just about different aspects of the game, looking into some of the new things, new mechanics and things that we've gotten with the version 2.0 update. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the other side.